Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Generally, I don't make videos in relation to Hindi movies, especially if it's a trailer. But today in my WhatsApp group, I had somebody who shared this trailer of this movie, Hindutva Chapter One, May Hindu Hoon, means I'm a Hindu. Okay? And below that, it was just put, it's sad that things have turned out this way, or So I was like kind of curious. I was like, what the hell is this? Okay, let me have a look. I generally don't check Hindi movie trailers. Okay, unless of course it is like Amir Khan's movie or something that is really like wow. Okay, a great historical movie. So when I clicked on this, this is a movie released by Z Music. No, the trailer and Z Music Company YouTube channel. It says Hindutva Chapter One, May Hindu Hoon. It has around 6.8 million views as of now on October 2nd. Okay. Now, if you actually have a look at the trailer, it's about I watched the whole trailer. It's around 2 minutes, 53 seconds. The gist of the whole trailer is the hero is a Hindu guy. The villain is a Muslim guy. Okay. As per this trailer, you can tell me if I'm wrong or right. And one of the dialogues that this guy gives, he says, when you're Muslim, you're very proud, yeah. But when we are Hindu and we say we are very proud, you have a problem with that. But then the way they show, it's like the Hindu guys are the good guys, the Muslim guys are the bad guys. And they also show that this student, these are college students, the Muslim guy, the Indian Muslim, is now, having partnership or some kind of alliance with terrorists. And then obviously they highlight these issues like Citizenship Amendment Act, CAA, and all the other stuff that is very evil. And only the Indian Muslims, they're not fitting into it. The Indian Hindus, they are okay with all this. Now, okay, let me give you my views. One is in terms of freedom of expression and artistic talent, and the other one is the core message. Now, when you have a movie or when you have, let's say, a story that you want to say, it's perfectly fine. You can put it Hindu, Muslim, whatever you want to say. Like American movies, the Americans are always the heroes. The bad guys are the current bad guys. Like, let's say, for example, if you see the 80s, it was Rambo, okay, versus who? The Russians. Later on, it became the heroes versus Chinese and Chinese technology. And I'm pretty sure Chinese movies portray Americans as the bad guys. Okay? India has always shown Indians as the hero, maybe Pakistanis as terrorists. You get what I'm saying. Okay. Now, it's good to have a story. It's good to have entertainment. But my problem with this kind of movie, it's not Hindus being proud of being Hindus. No, be proud of who you are. Okay. Whether you're Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever, be proud of who you are. I applaud. Fine. But let's not act like, we don't know what they are trying to imply here. Let's address the elephant in the room, like they say. There is so much of, ever since BJP came into power, they have been spinning this narrative about Hindus being, suffering and they have to be empowered. Fine. I don't have an issue with that. India is, the majority of the country is filled with Hindus and they have to support and empower Hindus. I totally understand. Americans do that with America. Saudi does it with, Saudi nationals. Pakistan will do it with Pakistani Muslims, whatever. But then when you start giving a message, okay, that The bad guys are the Indian Muslims. The bad guys, as per this trailer, okay, I'm not seeing the movie. The bad guys are Indian Muslims. The bad guys are the people who are mixing with the terrorists are Indian Muslims. I mean, you are sowing the seeds of hatred, discrimination, of a bias. And if you actually look at all the comments are what? I'm proud to be Hindu. Fine, you're proud to be Hindu. But you know what my fear is? In a country like India, which has 1.3 or 1.4 billion people, how many actually use their common sense? How many actually are people who have not only education, but know how to use and discern information? I personally look at this movie as a propaganda where the director or the actors, they're just drumming up because they know that they will get the majority support. They're drumming up this message. And I feel this is going to be nothing but a very toxic movie that is only going to sow the seeds of hate. Instead of having a movie where you can have a Hindu and Muslim as friends, or a Hindu Muslim Christian as friends, or a Hindu Muslim Sikh as friends and work together. And yes, you have a common enemy of a mix. This having Hindus as heroes and Muslims as villains, it's only going to create more hatred. And we have seen where once upon a time people were very cautious, or they would at least think twice before having a message that shows hatred towards anyone's religion. Today, people are doing that very boldly. I mean, you're creating a society where there are two distinct groups now, Hindus versus non Hindus. Instead of having, let's try to unite. And that is why, I mean, even the statements like jihadi and Khalistan and what anti, you're anti-Indian. If you don't support BJP, you're anti-Indian. You're a traitor. This is only going to cause problems. And when you have a younger generation, you have these young boys and girls who get brainwashed. See, I'm not only saying movies like this. Like even in Islam, even they teach in Islamic schools that our religion is true, all other religions are false. We Muslims. So you are creating, you're creating a divide instead of creating unity. Where once upon a time you had Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru and all these leaders who wanted to ensure that there's unity. Now, and I'm very sure the minute I took Nehru's name, all these, uneducated nut jobs will just say, Nehru created Pakistan. It's no point. It's no point even having a discussion with them, because they will cherry pick the information from select YouTube channels or from somebody saying some nonsense and say Nehru voted for China to get into UN, and it clearly shows you do not know, you don't have common sense, and you have not done research. I also was kind of confused when people said Nehru created the partition, Nehru supported China and refused India to join in. That clearly shows you have not used your bloody brains. US offered India and India said no. Do you even know how the UN operates? Do you know that just one country saying, would you like to join the veto powers? By someone saying you can't get it, there has to be a protocol, a process, a charter. You can't just, hey, you want to join? Yeah, come. People are stupid, man. So for me, this movie is nothing but a toxic rendition of manipulating people's insecurities and fears to create a message that appeals to a biased group of individuals. I don't look. I don't say there's anything wrong in saying you're proud to be a Hindu. Applause, applause. Good, you're proud to be a Hindu. Okay. People tell me I'm proud to be a Christian. Hey, good. I'm proud to be Muslim. Great. You're proud, but what are you doing? By watching a movie, you become proud. Are you helping society? Are you helping the poor? Like the Sikh community, if you're poor, you don't have food to eat and all that, they just literally feed everyone. Fine, if you're doing something like that, kudos to you. But if you're just proud and beating your chest and brandishing a flag and a sword and a gun and what? For me, it's sad. It's sad to see where India is going towards, where they're even promoting. I mean, just think of it this way. Instead of Hindutva, may Hindu Hoon, just imagine the outrage that would be if they said Islam, something, may Muslim Hoon. What do you think would happen in India if a movie like that came and they portrayed the Hindu guys as evil? Do you think that movie would run? This is the same problem that happened this is a problem I had with the Kashmir Files. Great movie. I highly recommended others to watch. The only problem that I had is you're portraying the bad guys as Muslims and Islam. Yes, there are problems with Pakistanis. There are problems with terrorists. And most of them, yes, unfortunately are Muslims, but all Muslims are not bad. And the way they glorified that all Pakistanis are so evil, all Muslims are so evil. And even Pakistan for that matter. I mean, in my groups, I have Pakistanis, I have Muslims, I have Hindus. They are all okay together. This narrative, this hatred is simply creating poison, which I don't seem to understand why. For me, the trailer was pathetic. All the actors who are there, I know they are trying to earn their livelihood. Instead of having a movie that shows love, compassion, and where you mix, you don't try to portray one group or a society or a religion as evil. I mean, this movie does explicitly that. And here's the best part, where people have to actually boycott a movie, they don't do it. Where they should not boycott, they boycott. A movie like this, I saw the trailer, it was pathetic. I think it's a sham. And I've even commented there and said, what absolute nonsense is this? I mean, instead of creating a movie that prides itself, like they said, unity and diversity, they are weaponizing religion. I've told you this. They're weaponizing. If you really want to show you're proud of your religion, your culture, whatever, use it to do good for others. Use it to spread love. Use it to spread peace. Not this stupidity of discrimination and by showing hatred, by putting others down. I'm proud. What's the difference between Nazis and all this nonsense, man? This is the problem. This is the problem today. You have Hindus and Muslims who are, fighting it out, and we need to prevent this poison and this hatred. Please, my request to you, if you're a Hindu, use love, use understanding. Yes, if something is wrong, point that specific incident. But please avoid just painting everybody who is not part of your religion, not part of your culture or race as evil. That doesn't help. Whether you're Muslim, Hindu, Christian, whatever. What nonsense is this, man? I don't know. Anyway, this is what I had to say. You let me know your thoughts. Like I told you, there's absolutely nothing wrong in saying you're proud to be Hindu. Please be proud of being Hindu, Indian, Pakistani, Muslim, Christian, whatever. But use that statement of pride, to do good for others. And let that pride come not by, oh, I'm Hindu, I'm proud. Oh, I'm Muslim, I'm great. No. If you're doing something good for others, if you're helping society, making the world a better place, then there's a lot of reasons for you to be proud. But if you're just going to use this empty insecurity that you have to beat your chest and say proud and then harm others, shame on you. For me, this movie, the trailer itself is so pathetic. I don't know how this movie is going to turn out. Anyway, any religion, any belief should be used for the betterment of society and for the good of others, not for spreading hate. For me, any movement or any movie or anything that spreads hate, that inculcates fear and creates a divide, I'm sorry, I'm not up for it. Anyway, this is what I have to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. This is me signing off.